Hello everyone, it's Easy here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So we're gonna come and talk about why bathroom bills harms everyone. Trans folks and also cis folks as well. Because for one, have you ever been kind of like to me, I find it quite odd that people want, trans women to use, the men's restroom, right? But then, what about trans men? They have to use the woman's restroom. So both parties both can get, harassed and bullied and possibly killed. And to me, that does not sound fun at all. That's why, I never was had confidence to really, or felt comfortable really, or safe using, the women's restroom because of the anxiety it brings, where it makes me feel less safe using the women's restroom compared to using the bathroom at my own house. And that's all because of society and, bills going against us trans folks who are just simply existing. Be like, oh, they're gonna harass our kids. They're gonna sexually assault our kids in the bathroom. It's just, men pretending to be women. Stop it like arguments over and over and over and over again. And it's like, bruh, give it a break. No trans folks gonna do that for it. You do know it takes a long time to get on HRT, and then, seriously takes also a long time depending on for it to actually, have an effect on the body. Depending on what type of HRT you want, aka hormone replacement therapy. And it's like you still putting men in women's spaces, and you putting women in men's spaces. For one, because of the dumb law. Luckily, where I live, I'm legally able to use the woman's restroom, and same thing with trans men. But in red states, people aren't allowed to do that. Trans folks are not allowed to use the bathroom they feel like they should be able to use. Because then they might get in trouble for that. And laws who are outing trans people due to the driver's license, it's not a good thing at all. You're telling people, oh, look at this trans person. They exist. Let's make fun of them. And it's like, so you want to make fun of someone just because they exist. Like, what? Bathroom is harming people because, hey, it stops us trans folk from using the bathroom we want to use. And also, what if, a cis person, let's say a cis man and a cis woman, happen to, what they assume of what a trans woman and what a trans man looks like, according to them. What if then, huh? Makes no sense, really. And it just harms everyone. Because then cis people are going to be harassed, bullied, and murdered. Same way that trans people are getting bullied, murdered, and harassed. I just feel like the hate does not, hate does not belong. And if you're thinking about, trying to join the Discord, join, Blue Sky or Outfluxer just to harass and bully my friends, our wonderful, community, then you're not welcomed here. Because you have to realize that this is an LGBTQIA plus channel, through and through, and no hate comment will be allowed here. So if you say stuff like, but you're a man because of your genitals and how you were born, I know I'm a man biologically, but does that mean I can't identify and live my life as a woman? No. I'm legally able to live my life as a woman and to identify as one. Because it's my life. Through and through. And the fact that laws are being put in place against us trans folks is making our lives difficult. Not only trans folks, but also towards the LGBTQIA plus community as a whole. Like, and in certain states and countries, you can tell me if I'm wrong, they can also, fire you for just being part of the LGBTQI plus community. Be like, no, because of, of this, because you're part since you're trans or non-binary or agender, or just because you're gay, we have to let you go. And it's like, really? It's like, bruh, like, it just does not make sense to me. Like, all this hate, all these laws, and it harms kids. Say that you won't protect the kids? What about those kids in schools, in elementary school, or in, middle school, high school, right? Where, they know for a fact they're non-binary, agender, gender fluid, or trans woman, or trans man, or femboy, What bad will they able to use, huh? Because I feel like they're gonna be harassed and bullied, or even possibly murdered. That's because of it. Like, makes no sense. It's like pretty much like it's discriminatory, pretty much discrimination against how people live their life, and I don't find it funny, and I don't find it cool at all. Period. How states and countries are making laws against us for just simply existing. That's why I'll always fight for trans rights. Because trans rights are human rights at the end of the day. And anyone that says, no it's not, I made a whole video talking about how religion is harming the LGBTQI plus community and how it harms everyone. And it's the truth. It is the truth through and through and through. And people need to realize that just because someone is part of the LGBTQI plus community does not mean that they're any less of value or deserve to be treated with hate and like shit. Because if you treat people like shit, then they deserve to treat you like shit back. And by asking people about their genitals, that's just weird and gross. Like, if you're a kid asking people about the genitals, then that's gross. If you're going asking, someone about the genitals, that's gross. And people still worried about us trans folks causing the issue. It's more like cis people who never experienced what it's like to be trans in their life. Who never felt dysphoria. I felt discriminated by being part of the LGBTQI plus community. By forcing others to be in a body that they don't feel comfortable with at all. Like, I don't like all these laws that are coming in place. All these, trans laws that, stopping us from using the bathroom. Like, what? Makes no sense. At the end of the day, they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop from, stop making those laws. The only thing we're able to do is keep on fighting, keep on protesting, and keep on being loud about how we want trans rights to be human rights. And how trans folks should be able to be allowed to use the bathroom. You even use the women's restroom, the men's restroom. Or generally, better yet, you just make it in every bathroom is gender neutral. I feel like that could solve this whole issue if bathrooms weren't based on gender. You had, urinals and, both urinals and, toilets, but where any gender could use it. I I feel like that would be much better versus separating people based on their gender alone. But that is my take. Again, these are just my opinions. But I just feel like this not only should be an opinion, but should be a fact. That well, this is not my opinion, this is fact. That trans rights are human rights. If you are underneath the trans umbrella, those are human rights. Gay, bi, straight, pansexual, asexual, any other sexuality, or human rights at the end of the day. Like, come on. We humans need to do better. I make videos talking about how parents should protect their kids, should support their kids being LGBTQIA+, and how, you know, using religion in the form of scapegoat also harms kids and everyone. I want you to all check those out. And yeah. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I see you all. And don't forget, join Discord, Blue Sky, Fluxer, and yeah. If you can't join any of those for a reason, then, you know, you can always comment down below and chat with us in the community tab and in the comment section down below. And yeah, hopefully you had fun, you know, enjoyed this video, and yeah, and catch you all in the next one. See ya.